two fundamental things that make women's journey through this world very, very different than yours and mine. And it's important that you understand what these are because you're going to deal with them. You're going to deal with women's reaction to these two key issues. The first is that women are not competitive. Competition is not the same for women that it is for men. If you think about it, for men, everything in a man's life is a competitive realm. And the more competitive you are, and the more you treat your life like the competition that it is, the more likely that you will score points and win in the game of life. It starts with an appreciation of competition. What I teach in part in my young men's mentoring is how to compete effectively. Not just that you can and should compete, but how you can compete to win in the various realms of your life that are going to result in a life well lived, a life of excellent returns and delightful experiences with women, the kind of life adventure that makes your life truly something unique and special. This is something I have a lot to say about because I've lived it. But for women, competition is very different. She does not compete in the way that you and I think of competition. By and large, competition for women, for most women, and I know that women can compete in sports, and good for them. I'm a fan of it. I think it's good for women to learn how to compete. For most women who don't compete in sports, for example, where there is a winner and a loser, she's operating on a belief system that says competition is actually very, very harmful and dangerous. What I mean is, like, if she's competing with another woman over her man, that is a life or death struggle. That's why women react so explosively, right? To the idea or to the reality that she could either lose a man that she wants to be with. If a woman sees that her children are threatened, she'll fight to the death. It's not a game to her. This comes back to what I've talked about in other videos, which is that women don't have a fallback position the way men have a fallback position. Stop and think about it. If you competed with your best friend, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a pool game, a game of chess. It could be pickleball or squash. It could be boxing and MMA. If you get in a fight with your best friend that you're competing with and you punch him in the face or he punches you in the face, you're actually closer to that person. You just made your bond tighter. Women do not have that dynamic. No woman punches another woman in the face and then is friends with her afterwards, let alone experiences that as a bonding kind of event. So the first thing that is true, I think, for all women is that competition is not the same to her. And yes, I understand there's outliers like sports. Yes, women compete in sports, but they're women's sports. They do not compete in the same way and to the same degree, with the same intensity, and the same understanding of the ground rules that men compete. Men's competition is utterly different. In the next video, I'll talk to you about the second fundamental truth that all women have to deal with and that you need to understand so that you can also be aware of the kind of dangers behind her decision-making process. If you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button, and better yet, check out the link below this video and check out my Young Men's Mentoring for the 2020s. This is the greatest advantage that you can give yourself. I'm now in my 50s. All my life I had older mentors that showed me exactly how to play the game of life. And the amount of extra rich adventure and learning and success that I get to enjoy because I looked for and found excellent mentors at every stage of my life has made all the difference. Young Men's Mentoring. Don't leave home without it.
For the last 25 years or more, young men have heard a lot of crazy advice. Almost none of it good, most of it harmful. The trend was always toward greater acceptance of effeminacy. Look around you. How's that working in your world? The simple fact is there are problems only men can solve. That means the world is waiting for you to step up and get your shit together. Your reward is a life of meaning and achievement beyond anything you currently imagine, including wealth, friendships, female attention, respect. There's no currency of greater value. I set off to explore the world when I was 24 years old, and I haven't been off the road since. I've been lucky. I'm a 4-time national champion. I studied medicine with a mentor in the forest of Central America and got hired at top hospitals like Cleveland Clinic. I went to sea with a mentor, built my own boat, and lived on the water for 5 years, all because of mentors. When I needed mechanical skills, I found a mentor. When I became a writer for a major publisher, I hired mentors, selling $40 million in under 3 years. Because mentors give you the ultimate edge, and you're gonna need it. If you're young, your biggest obstacles are confusion, distraction, and inexperience. Fortunately, there are solutions that give you power to move forward with clarity and focus. That's why you need to know about Young Men's Mentoring for the 2020s. Young Men's Mentoring for the 2020s is a one-on-one and group coaching mentorship where you and I and a couple of guys talk about things important to you. I even host live events at my Caribbean headquarters and my jungle hideout in Guatemala, where I lived for 10 years to study ancient healing practices. Each week I have a story and a lesson to share, but you get priority to ask me anything. It could be about family, money, an idea you have for your life or business, women and the dangers of dealing with young women today. Each month you'll hear from an expert who will talk about the fast path to things like financial security, business development, so you can learn and earn from anywhere. This is the stage in your life where you choose whether you're going to be a man or continue on your path to slavery. If you're seeing this message, you can count yourself lucky, but only if you take action. You will not get a better opportunity in life than the one right in front of you right now today. Join Young Men's Mentoring for 1 month for just $49, and I'll see you on the inside.